All right. Yeah, welcome back. We're in the fish room, the fish shed, and everybody knows they're about to get fed. So these are the walkways that I have down, so that we can go right out here in the pond to work on our filter if we have to, and when we do water changes. And there's the Tosai Pond, where the young ones go first. So that's actually my second batch of koi that we purchased off of eBay. And these are the first batch that we got 3 years ago. Now, the two biggest ones, Sherbert, which is there, and Dragon, which is there, are actually rescues that came with this pond. This pond was in somebody else's yard. Well, here in Las Vegas, it's 100 degrees today. That's actually really nice for the summer. Anything below 110 I can handle really well. So these are all under 2 years old. I have not gone through them yet. This original group, we sold quite a few of them on eBay when we first got them. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so these ones up here are really the more important ones to have in place, because these guys go crazy when I feed them, and they will end up on the floor. These ones will too, as you can tell by the water from them just splashing around when I move around sometimes. But the small ones really go into a frenzy. The bigger ones, well, like one of my cardinal rules of handling the koi is if shipping one or moving one or handling the fish in a major way, I don't feed them for a whole day. I will suspend feeding for at least 24 hours. So when we were shipping a lot of them every week they were going through a day where they were not getting fed because they were all together. I mean, originally when we got the first small ones, they went into this pond for almost a year, and then they were actually all together for a little bit, but then the big ones started picking on the small ones, especially the butterflies. Let's see why the Japanese don't like the butterflies, because they are a really big pain. Just a big pain. Koi in general are like children. If there's any way they can get in trouble, they will. A few of these have jumped out. Disco, which is my Jim Wren white one, he's over there on the side. He just healed up from actually making it out of here, bouncing around on the floor for a bit, and then making it back in all on his own. So yeah, he had an adventure and lost a few scales, but he's mine. I'm keeping it. He's not 100% perfect. I never sell any fish I don't believe are 100% perfect. There's some in here that are not perfect. I'll either be keeping them or giving them away to somebody. It really depends on how deformed or messed up they end up getting. I've had a couple butterflies that somehow end up really messing up their side fins. And I found that they were actually getting it into the grates on the bottom when they slept at night. And then if something would startle them, they would actually snap the whole fin off. So we had to fix that. We lost a couple that were really nice to that issue. And I have an outdoor pond that I put them in. Now, the reason why I don't have an outdoor pond that I use currently for koi is that the birds here in Las Vegas are very creative and very numerous. And they really don't care how small or how large your pond is, they will get into it. So that's the major reason why these koi are inside. Another is like I said, the winters. The winters here actually don't favor raising koi at all. They are very long. 8 months out of the year, your nighttime temps are dropping below 50. So we're just far north enough that we actually have a long nighttime during the winter. It gets dark around here at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun starts going below the horizon. So the ponds in the winter really don't warm up and they don't go into the feeding mode as much. And so as part of my learning process, I moved all this inside. So it just became a lot easier to manage this many fish, especially with a closed filter system that I wasn't getting contaminated from the outside, especially by birds, because Lake Mead is right over that hill behind us. So okay, we'll bring them up from the bottom. Here they come. Should always make sure she gets her fill right off the bat. I feed them a mixture of the two main tetras, the color food and the growth food, and I make sure I add a lot of Katie's brand in it because Katie's has fish meal proteins in it where the tetra does not. And that's one of the more important things with growing nice healthy koi is they get a good supplement of those fish proteins. They get a treat of corn. Sometimes I'll make a special blend of worm dough balls or some special treat for them. But I don't like going overboard with that kind of stuff too much. As see, I am way overpopulated with fish. I know this already. But they are staying happy, they are staying healthy, so I'm not adding more fish. In fact, I'm looking to subtract. And like I said, I add fish to the outdoor pond in the winter, but the herons get them, and they usually don't last long. The longest I've seen them survive outside is usually a couple months for the smaller ones. If they're dark colored, the lighter ones are gone right off the bat. He knows how to come right down here, land on top of my house, hop down in the backyard, and jump right in the pond. So, we have some really nice ones in here, but are the more plainer ones we got first, because I didn't want to get expensive ones right off the bat when I wasn't 100% positive they were going to grow good and be healthy in this environment. Getting Dragon and Sherbert there, those big ones from someone else, I still wasn't 100% sure raising them here from fry, I would get good results. As I said, all these came in as fry, all between 1 inch and 3 inches when we first got them. They all fit into a 100-gallon tank for the first month that we had them here, because the 300-gallon wasn't up and running yet. We made a lot of mistakes with.
Desert, burning skin in the sun, in your hair a feather.